Welcome to Business Matters. My name is Laura Nowlin, and I'm with CS Now Staffing, and that's actually one of our sponsors. So thank you, CS Now Staffing, for sponsoring this show. And today I have my friend here, Ashley Dodson, and she's here with me. And I just want to first, I want to start off with just introducing her, getting to know her a little personal of how she got here to Las Vegas, Nevada, and then the different journeys that she's had as an entrepreneur, and then also how she works in our community, the type of positions that she takes on, and the roles. Ashley,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you so much, Laura, for having me. I'm
Absolutely.
super excited. As
Mhm.
always, it is a pleasure. I am definitely really excited about this conversation because
Good.
speaking as an entrepreneur is one of my favorite things. I love being able to work for oneself, but to make a bigger impact for community. So that's living a life of service is what
Mhm.
matters to me.
Oh, definitely. We have so much in common. We
Yes.
really do,
Yes.
actually.
I love it.
Yes. So tell me, are you originally from Las Vegas, Nevada, or where did you come from? How did you end up
No,
here?
right? No, so I'm not originally from Las Vegas, Nevada. I do feel like I am an implant, but a native implant.
Okay.
I've been embraced by the community, thank goodness.
Yes.
But I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. My family moved here after the riots in '93.
Hmm.
My grandfather, he did 33 years in Compton as the sergeant lieutenant police officer
Oh,
there.
wow.
So I have a church and state background. Very very balanced in our household. It's
Mhm.
very liberal. And then we also moved here to basically retire. My mother decided that she wanted to follow her parents, which are my grandparents,
Mhm.
and been here ever since. And did the Clark County School District, went to college and all the things, and then just kind of started finding my way into what I thought was going to be corporate America, and led to me being my own boss.
And so now, the organizations or the companies that you have, what's the
Yes.
first one?
So I have a nonprofit
Okay.
organization, which of course technically is considered the community's organization. It is a nonprofit 501c3. It is called
Hmm.
Love Inc. And that is an acronym for Ladies of Virtue Eclectically Excelling. By trade, I am a social worker. So
Okay.
I received my master's in social work from the University of Southern California. Let's go Trojans. Woo!
Woohoo.
But I'm also a rebel. So I did go to UNLV. And there I received my undergrad in journalism and mass media with a minor in marriage and family therapy. So over time, it was just always life of service, being able to impact people, therapy.
Mhm.
Mental health is one of my major focuses when it comes to how we move through life. I believe
Mhm.
that if we are mentally well, then everything else falls in line. And that's how
Mhm.
we're able to pursue the things that we want to pursue. So I have been on a journey with that organization since 2018 is
Okay.
when we were incorporated.
Mhm.
And it originally started off as just a woman empowerment group. It was to make sure that I am pouring into women because I saw that there was a need for that.
Mhm.
Especially now, me as a single mother of five,
Wow.
and just being able to have a support system is what I thought was
Mhm.
very important for women. We do a lot of things, right? We cook, we clean, we write, we sew, we do homework, and we still have to go to work.
Mhm.
And at that time, it just made sense. So I wanted to also be able to give back to those women and families in need. We do help men as well. So we love to make sure that our men are mentally sound as well, because if everybody can be balanced in that space, then it's just better for us as a whole. And over the years, we have been able to service well over thousands of families when it comes to toy drives. We've
Mhm.
done food drives, having a food pantry, clothing pantry, and helping to get resources. So I'm big on making sure that if I can connect you to utility assistance, housing
Mhm.
assistance, bus pass and referrals, it's been kind of ongoing. We've become very broad in that aspect. And then one of my greatest things that I love to give back to the community is a free support group. And we host that each month at Nevada Partners. And thank you to Nevada Partners for being a community partner of mine. It
Yay.
allows us to have the space for free.
Mhm.
It is from 6:30 to 8 o'clock every either third or fourth Thursday, depending upon how the month rounds out.
Okay.
Yes. So I would love for anyone who was looking to have free mental health services or just need a support group to sit and just listen,
Mhm.
it's available.
Do they go to your website to get the information then, or
Yes.
where do they go so that way they know? And do they have to register prior to attending?
Absolutely. So we
Mhm.
do have registration that's available. You can go
Okay.
to our website, which is Love Inc. It's LOVEEINC.org. And then also we are on social media. It's the same as Love Inc. It's LOVEE.INC on Instagram and Love Inc. on Facebook.
Nice. And then you also have another organization or another
Yes.
company that you started. What was
Yes.
that? What's that
So
one?
that actually is my for profit, and it's a
Okay.
business consulting firm called Anchored Perspectives. In that arena, I do more consulting as far as making sure that I help other business. It's business to business and can
Okay.
be business consumer,
Hmm.
but assisting in their operations. So I assist with writing. I do a lot of writing services, whether it's manuals, business plans, especially in the healthcare space. Policies and procedures, quality assurance, just you
Nice.
name it. I
Hmm.
also do curriculum. So if you need certain things in order to make sure that you're providing great educational services, I do that as well. Very well rounded when it comes to that space. I just really take it serious because I believe that breaking the stigma of mental health is very important because, with everything that's going on in society, we have to be able to talk about it. And I think that's where we lack in some areas. And I can always appreciate like having healthy conversations
Right.
is what makes us grow and it allows us to really move through life.
No, I agree. And so I believe that even after COVID is where we could see it actually a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
where mental health is a major need out there that that people need guidance,
Yes.
especially with the kids. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of the kids that were sent home and had to do their studies
Yes.
online, it was something very different to
Mm-hmm.
them. Some that were just barely starting school, it's like, what am I doing? So
Yes.
the introduction, and now then being able to go back into the school system, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what a mess.
Mm-hmm.
We
It's
totally have a
oh
mess.
yes, yes, because I had to experience it with my
Oh
children.
yeah, you have five.
Yes, and although with this generation they are tech savvy,
Hmm.
taking away a social aspect from anyone is just a major transition, which can be traumatic, or depending upon how people learning style is. Some
Hmm.
people can thrive in that. We like online classes. I know over time, as I got older and needed online classes as a
Hmm.
resource, that was great. But just being able to interact with people is always what's necessary for us to really thrive in society. So one of the things that I also have been able to do with our organization, Love Inc., is give services to children and youth. So we have workshops that give them effective communication skills as well as empowerment,
Hmm.
building up confidence and making sure that they are going to be able to go into spaces and rooms where even if they don't want to be the center of attention, they still know how to exude leadership and be
Hmm.
able to get their thoughts across with being, understood. So I really, truly believe that our youth are going to be our future, which they
Oh,
are,
they
but
are, yeah.
knowing that they're going to put us in positions where this will be a better place for us to live.
Hmm.
you know, Society has changed over the years, and we have definitely been seeing what that looks like in recent times. But I'm grateful because I know that the people who are being built up, these children, they're tech savvy. I really hope that they become a lot more book savvy. Books are trying to be taken away, but
Right.
we got Audible, so there's
Hmm.
a way to figure it out.
Yeah, a lot of AI.
Oh
There's
my
no turning
goodness.
back. There's no
Mhm.
turning back, and
Mhm.
it's here. It continues to evolve,
Yes.
and we are depending on our children. They
Mhm.
are the future of tomorrow,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it's a lot. It's very different from.
Yes.
I mean, there's a big age gap between us.
Oh
There's a
no.
big yes, there is. Yes,
Right. Y'all
there
see how good she looked?
is.
No.
No, and so I know that it's a big difference of to how I was raised and
Mhm.
in the school system compared to where you've been,
Right.
and now with the kids,
Yes.
it's very
It
different.
is. It is. And I can say I love where AI has taken us, but I also know where it's retracting. So for me, I went to ATEC, which is Advanced Technologies
Hmm.
Academy. I studied there as a magnet school. I was in the business and finance program. So some of my other peers, they were in other computer programming classes that, of course, probably seem, you know, archaic now when we think about it because of the
Mhm.
type of programming and software that there is now. But we were set on a guided path to know that these things were coming. And this was back, I graduated from high school in 2005. So I can only
She's a
imagine. I can
babe.
only imagine, how things have evolved, but I
Mhm.
also know how AI has assisted me. So to me, when I provide writing services, right? So
Okay,
that's all I
right.
do. I'm very skilled at that. I do
Mhm.
grant writing. We specialize in making sure that when it comes to dissertations, whatever, I can assist in those areas. So I already felt like my mind was in the AI spot when I started using it, but being able to talk to something that takes on your voice, your persona, you feed it
Mhm.
prompts, as they say it definitely, if utilized properly, can, help your business ascend. And I definitely have utilized it. It's almost like having another employee, it's
Oh,
like,
definitely.
yeah, like I don't have to do all this work. Something that normally would have taken me hours to do, I can knock out within, a shorter period of time. I don't recommend people to use it as just like they no longer put any thought into anything.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
still utilize your ideas and see where you
Mhm.
can get additional help. I'm a research junkie, so I still need to go fact check everything. I'm like,
Mhm.
I believe you AI to an extent, but let me go and find the real resources. So making sure that we're always um, getting the facts is what's important to me.
The nonprofit that you have, do
Yeah.
you guys have a building that you operate out of, or are you web-based?
So right now,
Mhm.
web based. There was a
Okay.
time when I had a brick and mortar, but as
Mhm.
transitioning through businesses, sometimes we have to scale back,
Yes.
and that was during COVID. But however, we do use Nevada Partners as one
Right.
of my
As your
hubs,
partners. Mhm.
and then also current partnership with the Wealthy Place. So we actually have a back to school event that's coming up this Sunday, and we are still taking donations. We're going to be
Mhm.
packing bags. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so we're going to be packing bags and making sure that we can, have as many resources. Our goal is to have 500 students be able to get resources. So from the backpacks to the markers, pens, all the things, and making sure that they go back to school confidently. Because,
Mhm.
when you are that age and not having what you see other people to have is difficult. We don't realize how much it affects us at that time. People are
It
bullying
does.
and
Yes.
all the things. So we just want to make sure that we send our children back comfortably.
What side of town do you typically focus on? Is it mostly the north?
So northwest, I do
Mhm.
things. Spring Valley is where I grew up, so I try to do things across the board. I have partnered with organizations on the east side and making sure that I'm over there as well. So I do a lot for the underserved, especially Black and Brown communities,
Mhm.
and then whoever else would typically fall under that category. But even if there's people who aren't necessarily in need, I am always available because there's other resources that sometimes are needed.
And you're always looking then for sponsors as well,
Oh
right?
my goodness. Yes. Always looking for sponsors. Sometimes when you're starting out, everything is self-funded.
Yes.
I used to have a hard time asking for things. That
Ah.
was like my and still do. Don't get me wrong, it's very complicated. But especially in the roles that I'm in now, fundraising is always a big part of what is going on to make sure that we're meeting the greater needs. So yes, I'm always looking for sponsors. We are doing things year round. We
Mhm.
have 4 different big events that we do throughout the year, and that's quarterly. But we also want to make sure that we assist those. I get calls and DMs on a regular basis from women who are in need, whether
Mhm.
it's hygiene. We're big on making sure hygiene care is being properly taken care of, and also if there's food sources available because the it's sometimes harder to get it through those bigger companies and bigger nonprofits than it is to just find a little small hub.
Right. No,
Hmm.
no, great. So if you are a sponsor out there willing to, sponsor an organization that's really doing great things in the community, please reach out to Ashley at 702-857-3393. We're going
Yes.
to commercial, but we'll be right back with Ashley.
Awesome.
Introducing See Us Now Staffing, led by yours truly, Laura Nowlin. As the founder and president, I bring over 17 years of expertise in sourcing for talent, building winning teams of professionals, marketing, and workforce development. At See Us Now Staffing, we're not just a staffing agency, we're your strategic partner in building a winning team of professionals for your business. My passion for community service extends to connecting entrepreneurs with local resources. Recognized by the Small Business Administration as the 2022 Nevada Family Owned Business of the Year, we're not just changing the workforce landscape, we're defining it.
Hi, folks. This is Matt Jackson Jr. from Cybersecurity Awareness TV. I want to invite you and your family, your friends, and everyone to join us here on WWDV TV, where we have a plethora of shows and interesting information that you could use today. We'll see you then, folks. Have a good one.
Well, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us to Business Matters. And I have Ashley here.
Yes.
Ashley, once again, welcome to our
Thank
show.
you for having
Love
me.
having you here.
Yes.
No, so now, we talked about your nonprofit organization. We
Yes.
talked about your for-profit consulting services that you
Yes.
provide. And now you also have a big role in our community
I do.
with the Urban Chamber. So tell us that story.
Yes. So, as entrepreneurs, we do have business that kind of fluctuates. So sometimes we have to go back into the corporate setting in the world.
Mhm.
So, gratefully, though, I am at the Urban Chamber of Commerce, who is under the leadership of our president, C.H. Miller, who I can say I have had the pleasure to do lots of things with. And there I am the membership engagement manager.
Mhm.
So I am a conduit and glue in that space to our members to make sure that they are getting the services that they need. And I have been having a ball since I have been there. It has been one of the most elevating processes for me, just as a business owner, but also as someone who consults. I kind of am able to bring all the things that I do together there at the chamber. It has been an amazing thing to watch how people have flourished over time in their
Mhm.
businesses.
What type of events right now does the Urban Chamber have in
Yes.
place? Uh-huh.
So we are in the summertime. It's August. We have coming up Coffee and Commerce, which is
Mhm.
one of our favorite events to have each month. It is going to be hosted at the next one is going to be hosted at Chase Bank.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we are,
I love Chase
circulating.
Bank.
Yes, so one of our greatest sponsors, and just making sure that people come out. So it's an opportunity to bring your business cards. If you don't have business cards, just come
Mhm.
and get connected to people. I believe wholeheartedly that building your network will increase your net worth. And
I agree.
people sometimes don't have the connection in that space because they
Mhm.
don't have those skill sets yet. But I tell people all the time, the hardest thing is really showing up.
Right?
Right.
Right. Being present.
Just be present. That is the hardest thing, is just show up.
Mhm.
Once you get in the room, people will gravitate towards you, or you'll feel
Yes.
somebody has a service that you need, and vice versa. And then, after that, it's history. And just really being confident in knowing that, your services are needed. Somebody needs something that you have
Mhm.
always.
And now, Coffee Commerce.
Yes.
What day does it typically fall on?
Coffee and Commerce is always on the second Wednesday of the month.
Second Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay.
And it can be found on our website, which
Mhm.
is urbanchamber.org, which is URBANCHAMBER.org.
Okay. And so now you also stated, sometimes they don't feel comfortable maybe networking and meeting new people. You also have a Toastmaster.
Yes.
Of course. So let's talk
Yes,
about that,
we
because I know you
do.
have, it's like you guys even do it virtual.
Yes. So we do have Toastmasters. It is virtual.
Uh-huh.
It's a hybrid, so you can come in person, which is always fun. And that one is hosted on the first and third Thursday of the month. And it's also called Lunchtime Talker. So yes, we provide lunch. So come on
I
out,
see.
come eat and conversate. That is one of our, even though we know converse is the proper word, but it's a nice little cute tagline where you get to learn how to increase your public speaking skills. You never realize, really, even in the smallest intimate crowds, how nerves can just shoot up. You can be the expert in something that you are talking about, but when you get in front of a crowd, thoughts are fleeting. You becoming organized, and it just helps you get into a space where when you go out and network, you'll be like, oh, I know how to give a pitch. We teach you how to give your business pitches within 30 seconds or less,
Nice.
because that's where you grab
Mhm.
the people's attention, is, that hook. So yes, please come and join Toastmasters. It has been really, actually, in the last couple ones, the room has been filled. So don't get
Good.
nervous.
Yeah, no, that's
But
good.
it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. What other events do you guys have coming up?
So we also have Direct Connect that will be at Chase 33 Gallery, and shout out to that art gallery, beautiful on the west side. Opportunity to have exhibits, another networking event that we host in the evenings for those who are unable to make it out in the daytime, because entrepreneurs, we know that those are the working hours, so it's hard. But in the evenings, we have it as a little bit more relaxed. You can come and have a good time.
I've seen you guys even have things on weekends.
Yes. So one of the last things that we just had was ribbon cutting. So if
Oh,
you
yes.
have a brick and mortar, or you just
Mhm.
want to acknowledge a grand opening, it doesn't necessarily mean that it happened within the last few months. You could have been open for a year or two. And if that's something that you would want to do, we love to participate. We actually have done one with you.
Yes. When we opened up our new facility at Maryland Parkway and Flamingo, our new office.
Yes.
And now it's going to be 10 years in October. So
Oh
we
my
definitely want to have another
gosh,
celebration. Like,
yes.
woo-hoo,
That is
10 years.
amazing. 10 years. How does that feel? Now I'm asking you
It
questions.
feels really good.
Yes.
But I will tell you, it came with a lot of challenges, just like your story.
Yeah.
I would love for it to just be all, great, and it was a great journey. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of challenges. There were a
Mhm.
lot of times that I was just ready to throw in the towel.
Yes. Yeah.
That I would be on my knees crying and praying
Mhm.
out and saying, "Lord, I don't know how I'm going to meet payroll.
Yes,
Please
yes,
help me."
yes,
And then the
please.
money would just come in.
See, and that's how God is so good.
Yeah,
Right? It's
he
just
is. He's
always
amazing.
gonna really work things out, and that's what has
Yes.
always been one of my things, is balance. Just as a person who has gone to church, and what I've been taught over the years, having values, morals, ethics, and just always knowing that even though it doesn't seem like it's working out right now, it will work out in time.
Eventually, yes.
And yes, I'm proud of you. That is amazing.
No,
And thank
thank
you for
you.
being a member. Thank you for being a friend. I really
Yes.
appreciate that.
I love the Urban Chamber.
Yes.
I really do. And so, is there any other events that you guys have coming up right now for the Urban Chamber? I know you had
Yes.
even a grant.
Yes.
Okay.
So we also have the Capital Readiness Program that's
Okay.
going on. We are in our second cohort, and it is an opportunity for those who want to either get into entrepreneurship or scaling their business.
Mhm.
So these resources came from the Minority Business Development grant that was given through the federal government. Thank you to our Congressman Stephen Horsford and our past president and chair, who was Ken Evans and Shondell Newsom.
Yes, they're amazing.
Oh my gosh, amazing, amazing people in the
Uh-huh.
community who still do really great things and making sure that our businesses are staying connected. So with this, it's an 8-week course that is on every Tuesday evening, and it allows people to, if you need resources, we are able to help provide those resources, figuring out how to get your business from, startup to scale. And we have business consultants and advisors who are available. There's classes that are held each week by some of the most prominent people in the community, and it is free.
Yes, that's what's so awesome.
The community. Free.
Now, did you guys launch with Nick Steele the
Yes,
accelerator program?
Yes. So
Okay.
that is also part of it. So Nick Steele, shout out to Nick Steele, such
Yeah.
an amazing
Woohoo,
person.
he's
Oh my
great.
God, so grateful for him.
Mhm.
And being able to, because as not many people know, but is the only Black CDFI here, and makes it very a comfortable process for those who are looking for funding, whether small business or large scale, and making the process to where it's comfortable and not intimidating, right? Because I think that's what a lot of people find hard in entrepreneurship, is that it seems like it's so much to do that they rather not do it and shy away from it, because it's paperwork, where you can find someone like myself who specializes in doing things like that. I enjoy filling things out, whereas people who are like, I just want to get the job done, I'm the one who can provide the service, help, and knowing that you have those people who are in those places to help you, because you can't do it. An entrepreneur, even though it sounds like it's a solo thing, that is the furthest thing from what entrepreneurship means. It means build a team, build it well, and
Mhm.
get the job done.
Yeah, and I just want to explain that a little bit more. With Access CDFI
Hmm.
is the bank, right? The nonprofit organization
Yes.
that offers the funding. And you're right, African American Nick Steele, he's
Yes.
amazing with
Yes.
his team, Rodney and Charles, and then they brought
Yes.
Tiffany on, so they also have someone who speaks Spanish as well,
Yes. Yes.
bilingual. So
Hmm.
definitely taking care of the minorities out there. I
Absolutely.
know that they're focused really much on the north
Hmm.
and the east side of town, the lower income
Yes.
communities.
Yes.
And they're willing to even fund if you get a contract out there and you don't
Yes.
have the funding.
Hmm.
Definitely reach out to the urban chamber and get a
Yes.
hold of Nick Steele through there,
Yes.
to get that funding. And they
Absolutely.
don't really look at credit, they look more at cash flow.
It's cash flow, yes. So
Yep.
making sure that your banking documents and tax documents are in order. And
Mhm.
if not, they have resources to help you get them in order.
Exactly.
Yes. So I know that might be another thing. I haven't filed my taxes in 3 years. That's okay. They'll make sure to help you get through the process to get it together and get in order. It's not just an automatic denial. They rather help you get to the place of how you can get it approved than just deny you.
And there are grants available that they're being able to tap in through the urban chamber
Mhm.
if you are located in the city of Las Vegas.
Yes.
And let's say you've had issues with maybe your bookkeeper, your CPA,
Mhm.
they can literally bring in a grant to
Yes.
assist you, because I know I'm living proof of that. I
Yes.
literally, after talking to Nick and the team and being coached and just really telling them my story, I was
Mhm.
scared of releasing my CPA,
Oh, yes.
because those are key people, part of your team.
Oh,
But
my goodness.
he had triggered an actual audit, a
Mm.
big disaster.
Mhm.
And with the encouragement that I had, he was able to get me a grant to cover, to
Yes.
basically fix all of
Mm.
2023 and to cover my 2024. Zero
Oh my goodness.
with the grant.
I love that.
I know.
That's
So
those things
de-
give you chills.
Yeah, definitely reach out to the
Yes.
Urban Chamber of Commerce. Okay, you're also very involved politically.
Yes.
Because I watch you,
Yes.
I follow you on social media, girl, and I love it. I love it. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I always, growing up, I was like, I do not do politics. I would not dare.
I hate politics too,
hate
girl.
it.
But we don't have a choice but to get involved.
Don't have to, because if you don't, then politics will do you. And that's
Mhm.
clearly what I say all the time. As a community person, I realize it's not even about the politics, it's the policy. So I'm the
Yes.
advocate for things that are going to actually bring justice, bring
Mhm.
balance. How is this going to be fair across the board and across the
Yes.
table for, everyone, if we can?
Mhm.
Yes, we get in places and spaces where we don't always agree, but we can agree to disagree.
Exactly.
So I am currently the new chair of the Nevada Democratic Women's Caucus. We were just recently chartered. Thank you. And it has been an amazing time, especially an
Mhm.
amazing time right now to be alive, although it's very controversial in our
Mhm.
political playing field right now. Just to be able to see the types of candidates who are up, and especially for me, identifying as a Black woman and having someone who is able to say that they're even running to be the president of the United States is amazing to me. And in that case, we have a lot of people who are here locally that I have supported. And, being boots on the ground, I'm all about grassroots organization, and getting people out to know that these are the candidates that are on the slate.
Mhm.
These are the initiatives that are on the ballot that you need to look at and understand, if you vote yes or vote no, how this will impact you and
Mhm.
affect your family and your household. So I realized early on that I was a bulldog in that space, because I have always advocated, and it started as early as elementary school. If I see somebody pushing somebody out of the lunch line, that's a problem for me. There's
Watch out,
order.
Ashley.
There's orders supposed to be here. You need to go to the back of the line. It's
Mhm.
just certain things. And as I got older and just seeing how different things affect us when it comes to housing and healthcare. I'm big on healthcare. The healthcare disparities here, especially for underserved and minority people, is treacherous. And I believe that these are supposed to be human rights, and they are often taken away from us just based off of something that somebody curated on a document, and people voted on. So if that's how we have to address things, and we have to get people to rally behind and understand that the voting process is bigger than just, we believe this or we believe that. It is really building up an idea, and how is it going to be a greater good.
No, definitely. Well, I can sit here and talk with you for hours,
Yes, I
girl. We've already
know.
ran out of time. But once again, how do you want to go ahead and close us here?
Yes, well, I'm grateful again to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I can be found on pretty much every platform, but Anchored Perspectives is one of my babies. So that is online under Anchored, ANCHORED, Perspectives, PERSPECTIVES.com. The phone number is 702-857-3393. And then, of course, also the nonprofit organization is Love Inc., and that's LOVEE dot, or excuse me, LOVEEINC.org.
Awesome. And the Urban Chamber of Commerce, you can also catch her there as well.
Yes.
Once again, thank you so much to our sponsor, See Us Now Staffing. Make sure that you do catch us every single Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we launch a new show. You can catch us on WWDB-TV, Roku, and our YouTube channels with See Us Now Staffing. God bless you guys.